Harimi, harimi, al tirai, harimi, al tirai. Imri le'arei Yehuda, hinei Elokeichem. Harimi, harimi, al tirai.
Hello, welcome to Pirkei Avos with Rabeinu Yonah. We are on the second chapter, Mishnah 2. Rabbi Gamliel ben Osher Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi Aimer. Rabbi Gamliel, the son of Rabbi Yehuda the prince, says, Yafa Talmud Torah im derech eretz. Good is Torah study with derech eretz. We'll see what that means in a second. Shegia shnehem mishkachas avon. Because working in both of them makes sin be forgotten. V'chol Torah she'eni malacha, and any Torah that doesn't have work with it, sofa betela v'goraris avon. In the end of the day, the Torah learning will cease and it will cause sin. Okay, we're going to just do the first part of the Mishnah today. This is the second part. Okay, says Rabeinu Yonah, Rotzalomar malacha kiloshem derech eretz. Pa'amim shehu kamashmo. Sometimes when we use the phrase derech eretz, it means the simple meaning, and some pa'amim shehu amar malacha, and sometimes it means work. Hakol afein, it depends on the topic. So here it means that when a person learns Torah, he should also work. Shegia shneim mishkachos avon, because working with both of them will make sin be forgotten. Klaimar, doing both of them will make sin forgotten. Klaimar is to say, Meser Yetzahar, it will remove the evil inclination. Kemoshe Nemar, as it says, Hein ba'avon chalalti, in sin I was fashioned. She'al yadei shehu yogea b'Torah, since he is working hard in Torah, uba malacha, and he is working also, lo yishlo rov Yetzahar, the Yetzahar, the evil inclination will not rule over him. Ki b'chol eis asher lo yedashin v'shamin, lo ye'erev lo lasos averos. Every time when a person is not, overly satiated and he's not literally fat, he won't do sins. So therefore a person should study Torah because it weakens a person. It weakens a person's physical, let's say his physical constitution. And he should also work for what he needs to survive. Right, it's interesting. It specifically says to work when you need to survive. You're not supposed to work to just accumulate a ton of wealth and never study Torah, obviously. You have to work what you need to survive. So therefore, if a person's always working, and then after work he's going to shiurim and he's getting up early to study Torah before work, and he won't be batal, he won't have a lot of spare time. Why? Why is it bad to have too much spare time? Obviously, a person needs to relax. But if you have too much spare time, perhaps he'll start enjoying himself too much and he'll become arrogant. And he'll forget God. As it says, Yeshurun will get fat and they will reject Hashem. They'll kick off Hashem. So we're saying, really, idle hands are the devil's playthings. That a person who doesn't spend his time working and doesn't spend his time studying Torah and is just looking for relaxation and is looking to just enjoy himself and fulfill his physical pleasures, such a person, it's going to lead to sin. It is not a good thing. A person should keep busy with productive activities, and that will remove the Yetzahar. And I assume that it's obvious that a person needs to relax. So psychologically, a person has to have a break. But I think what he's talking about here is that a person should keep a busy schedule to accomplish productive things, studying Torah, and making a living for what he needs. And he continues, V'chol Torah she'eni malacha sofa betela. Any Torah that doesn't have work with it, it's going to cease. What does that mean? Ke'eni shenamar mechiltin, like it says in our Masech Lamin and Pirkei Avos, ein kemach, ein Torah. If you don't have food, you can't have Torah. So if a person just studies Torah and doesn't have a source of income, he's not going to have anything to eat. So literally, there won't be any Torah. V'goreres avon, and it will cause sin. How so? Zehu avon kamashmo. It means simple sin. Sheha batala him siyatanu elaoni. Because when a person doesn't do anything, it's going to make him poor. If you don't do anything to try to make money, you have no source of income, it's going to make you poor. V'goreres kama avonos v'arabah, and it's going to cause many sins and a lot of evil. Because now, since he doesn't have a source of income, he's going to start loving gifts. And it says, that a person should not love receiving gifts. It's not a good thing. He's also going to start flattering people, even evil people, to get things that he needs. And Rabeinu Yonah has in his other famous sefer Shari Tshuva, how bad it is. It's a serious, serious, serious sin to flatter people, especially evildoers. And then when he doesn't have any money, he's going to become a thief. He'll bring theft from poor people in his house, so that he shouldn't die. Say that when a person starts acting like this, he's stealing because he doesn't have any money. His spirit won't rest, and he won't rest until he violates all the mitzvahs in the Torah. It says that a sin, when you do a sin, that causes another sin, because when you start doing a sin, there's different explanations in this, but when you start doing one sin, it's going to lead to other sins. And the same thing's with a mitzvah. You start doing one mitzvah, it's going to lead to other mitzvahs. It says in the Gemara that whoever benefits from his own work, the pasuk says on that, the verse says, someone who benefits from his own hands, and he eats from his own hands, he's praiseworthy, and it's good for him. Ashrecha, it's praiseworthy ba'olam haza in this world, v'tovlach, and good for him la'olam haba in the next world. Al-kain, tzarach la'adam echacham she'edem alacha. A wise person should know work, ke'inin shenamar, as it says, tova chachma im nachla. Good is wisdom with inheritance. Okay, so we have the ideas here are that a person should spend his time being productive in studying Torah and making an income, and he shouldn't leave too much time for idle hands, because that's not going to lead to good things. It's going to cause sin, and it sounds like a person is going to get too comfortable with himself and focus on his physical pleasures, which leads to haughtiness, which is an abomination. It's a very bad thing for a human being to be haughty and think that he's the center of creation. Very, very bad sin. And also, if a person doesn't work, he's not going to have anything to eat, and he'll start depending on gifts, which isn't good, and then he'll start flattering people, and then if he still doesn't have, he'll start stealing, and it will lead to every sin in the Torah. Okay, that's the first half of the second Mishnah of the second chapter of Pirkei Avos, and next time, God willing, we will do the second half of the second Mishnah of the second chapter in Pirkei Avos. Have a great day.